Hello, how are you doing? My name is Otto and welcome to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about the new Zhiyun Crane M3S, which is an updated and improved version of the Crane M3 that came out last year. But before I continue, you need to know that this video is not sponsored. Zhiyun sent me this gimbal to test it out, but everything that I say is my own opinion. The Crane M3 has been one of my favorite gimbals from Zhiyun, and they made some great adjustments to the new Crane M3S. This is a gimbal that is compact and lightweight at 700 grams plus the weight of the tripod. The M3S is compatible with the smartphones, action cameras, compact cameras like the Sony ZV-E10 and medium ones like the Sony a7 III, a7 IV, and so on. The arms are now a bit bigger compared to the M3, and this makes the M3S less restrictive if you want to use bigger lenses. But let's be clear about it. I'm not talking about big lenses like this one or heavy lenses like the Sony GM24 or 35mm, as they gave me a lot of trouble when I was trying to balance them. Using a lens like the Sony 85mm f1.8 with the Sony a7 IV was just about perfect. So if we look at the weight of these two items, I would say that the maximum payload of this gimbal is close to 1 kilo or 2.2 pounds. But this might not be an exact number, as this will depend on the combination of the camera and the lens. Zhiyun has a list of compatible devices on their website, and you can use that as a basic guide, but be aware that not every single lens that is compatible is on that list. For example, this Sony 85mm or the Sony 55mm f1.8, which I found to be perfect for this gimbal. There is a new quick release plate which has a low profile, and this system relies on the single lock-in system instead of the complicated one that the Crane M3 had. This makes the gimbal easier and faster to set up, and it allows quick access to change the battery on the camera. My only complaint is that this is not Arca Swiss compatible, so if you need to use your camera on a tripod, for example, you will need to remove this quick release plate every single time. Something else that I don't like is this knob that lets you move the position of this plate. If you have a bigger camera like my Sony a7 IV, it will get in the way, making it difficult to adjust. The locks for the tilt and the roll axis are now in a much better position over here and over here. The motors have been upgraded to be stronger, and the stabilization has been just fantastic. All of this combined with the size and weight of the gimbal makes the M3S an excellent choice to carry around all day long. The battery will even last for about 7 hours according to my tests, and it fully charges in just about 2 hours. If 7 hours is not enough for you, you can use a power bank to charge and use the gimbal at the same time. The Crane M3S has an integrated fill light which is bicolor, with a color temperature of 2700 to 5500 Kelvin. It is dimmable and it is brighter than the one on the M3 at 1000 lux. As you can see in this video test, vlogging at night will not be an issue with this gimbal. So the design of this gimbal is quite attractive and the build quality is really good. On the main body, the handle has a very good size, and in the back, it has a rubber grip that feels very good. We also have a trigger and a control or adjustment wheel. The trigger will let you recenter the camera or turn the camera around for vlogging. You can use it to quickly activate the sport mode, and now you can also customize the trigger to quickly change to your favorite gimbal mode with a single tap on the trigger. The control wheel is also customizable, and you can set it to manually move the tilt, the pan, or the roll axis. But changing settings like the aperture, the shutter speed, the ISO, or even to zoom in or out is far more useful in my opinion. On the left side, there is a dedicated wheel that will let you turn the fill light on or off, change the brightness and the color temperature. On the left side, we also have a 1/4-inch expansion port, and on the right side, we have the power button and the USB-C charging port. On the front panel, there is a color OLED display. It is touch enabled and it feels very responsive. Here you will see the info and the status of the gimbal. You can change the gimbal mode and also customize different settings like the follower speed of the gimbal, the joystick speed, and the motor strength. Down here, we have a full-size joystick that will let you move the camera around. You can control the speed of the movement by pushing more or less the joystick. And this joystick is omnidirectional, and this means that it will move in any possible direction. Over here, we have the M button, and this will change the different gimbal modes. And below that, we have the record button. To use it, you need to connect the gimbal to the camera, and to do so, you can use one of these cables that are included. But the M3S now has the ability to connect to your camera via Bluetooth without the need of any kind of adapters, and this is a good option to connect both devices. Bear in mind that if you end up using this gimbal with a smartphone or with an action camera, you will not be able to use the shutter button on the gimbal. Besides the basic gimbal modes, which are pan follow, lock mode, follow mode, and POV, we also have these other modes available. With vortex mode, you can make the camera spin around to make this cool effect, and it is important to know that this gimbal will spin without limits. Under slung mode works without issues, and this will let you take low angle shots by flipping the gimbal upside down. We also have go mode, which will make the gimbal react faster to your movements. Portrait mode will flip the camera to a vertical position without having to remove the camera and rebalance the gimbal again. But the downside is that the gimbal has to be used in this position, which is not the normal way that we're used to. The Crane M3S is now capable of doing time lapses, motion lapses, and panorama shots. To use these features, you have to select them inside the menu on the gimbal. And I like the fact that there is no need to use their app on the smartphone, which is a big advantage. So if you already have the Crane M3, I don't think that you will need to upgrade to the new version. But if you're looking for a compact and lightweight gimbal that can be used with your smartphone, camera, or action camera, this is a very good option where the only limitation is that you can't use a camera with a big lens. You also need to consider that if you're just going to buy this for your smartphone, you might want to consider getting a gimbal just for that. It will save you some money, and the smartphone gimbals do have an app with some cool features that you're not going to get with this gimbal. The link to this product is going to be in the video description. Please don't forget to give this video a like. Don't be shy and say something down below in the comment section. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.